Hello, friends, subscribers, and people of the World Wide Web. Christopher Beaker here with ChristopherBeaker.com. I'm excited to share my video for my top 5 tips for practicing seated meditation. Please visit ChristopherBeaker.com and sign up for my free newsletter there. 5 top tips for practicing seated meditation. Number 1 is pick a suitable spot in your home or in nature. Number 2 is to maintain a proper posture. Number 3 is, if you can, allow your eyes to close. Number 4 is breath. Focus on your breath. And number 5 is to relax and do not worry about entering into a meditative state of consciousness. This video is designed for people who do not know anything about meditation, people just starting out with meditation, and people who have practiced for a little bit of time yet want a little bit more formal instruction. This video is designed for those 3 groups of people. Number 1 is to pick a suitable spot in your home or in nature. Nature works really well in a safe park, in the grass where there's not really any bugs, no bugs, or the bugs are not bothersome. But really we're practicing in our homes more on a regular basis. So pick a spot in your home that is quiet, where ideally you can dim the lights, where you have plenty of room for the meditation. Sitting in the chair or sitting on the ground, laying down can be acceptable, but generally working towards having the spine be upright. And that brings me to point number 2, is maintain proper posture. So one other thing with the suitable spot in your home for meditation is you want to minimize distractions. If you're not using a meditation app such as Insight Meditation application on your smartphone, don't even have your phone in the same room. Get out the tablets, turn off the computer if you have that. Ideally, you're going to be practicing in your bedroom, or you're going to be practicing in a spare bedroom, or a room that can be still. Looking for stillness. So number 1 is pick a suitable spot in your home. Number 2 is maintain proper posture. So you want to be long through the spine when you're seated on a chair or on the ground, like on a yoga mat. You'll be long through the spine. And this gives the lungs the greatest capacity to bring in oxygen, bring in the air, and that is facilitating the flow of prana throughout your body, and it allows you to be more present. It allows you to be more engaged in the practice of meditation. In practice of meditation, I'm not zoning out, we're not zoning out, we're focusing and we're concentrating that energy, and we are allowing the mind to still. We're growing the spaces in between the thoughts. So, long through the spine for deep, full breaths, and so we can maintain that posture for an extended period of time, because you will build the muscles that line your spine. They will become stronger over time, and then it'll be easier to maintain that posture and relax the body, and that's a lot more conducive to a meditative state of consciousness. Number 2 is maintain proper posture. Number 3 is, if you are able to, allow the eyes to close. This is a very powerful practice that helps us not pay attention to external stimuli. In the practice of meditation, generally, we're focusing, in the way I practice and the way I teach, focus attention inward and checking out sensations, perceptions, and emotions as they occur on a moment-to-moment basis, and creating more awareness around internal goings on as compared to paying attention to what our five senses generally perceive as an external stimuli. Number 3, if you are able to, close your eyes. Allows us to practice pratyahara in Ashtanga yoga. And this is the practice of turning your senses inward, pratyahara. So number 3, if you're able to close your eyes, it's perfectly okay to do an open eye meditation. But again, these are my tips, and I've experienced a lot of success with closed eye meditation. So if you're able to close your eyes for your meditation practice as you're learning. You may learn to meditate with your eyes closed and then want to experiment with eyes open. It's your practice, and you really learn best through personal experience. So number 4 is to focus on your breath. You can focus on a flame, you can focus on a sacred ascended master, prophet, Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, whoever is part of your belief system, you can focus on that. But really focusing on the breath is a secular way of practicing meditation. So whatever you like to focus on, if it's Jesus Christ, if it's whatever ascended master that you are into, focusing on that can be a very good practice as well. But focusing on the breath is the most rudimentary form of concentration meditation. So in concentration meditation, you are working to let go of disruptive thoughts that are coming on by anchoring your attention or your consciousness onto one thing. In this case, it's the breath. That's what I recommend. I recommend this because the breath is the connection between the mind and the body. And the more we have this connection alive and facilitated, the more we are able to be in the present moment. And really that's where the magic of reality is in the present moment. So I like giving people tools to take back agency and ownership over your life. And a big way to do that is through the practice of meditation. And the practice of meditation involves focusing on your breath. The more you're focusing on your breath in your everyday life, the more you can consciously respond to your environment. And so you can connect with people, places, and things that are going to allow you to feel good. And so you can be reaching your personal and professional goals. Number 4 is to focus on your breath. Number 5 is to relax and avoid worrying about entering into a meditative state of consciousness while you're sitting down on your mat. That actually prohibits you from entering into a meditative state of consciousness. If I'm worried and I'm focused, I'm like, this is just what I got to do. I got to enter into a meditative state of consciousness. It kind of, the more you're chasing something, the more elusive it becomes. So I call the 5th step relax. My 5th tip, relax and avoid worrying about entering into a meditative state of consciousness. But that's just kind of like the tip of the iceberg for the practice of non-attachment. So you got to be okay with not entering into a meditative state of consciousness, and be okay with entering into a meditative state of consciousness, and then that will increase the likelihood that you do enter into a meditative state of consciousness. So focusing on your breath is a good way to practice non-attachment and to relax. And if a disruptive thought does come up, allow it to arise. Notice it, sense it, realize that you can go back to it at another point, but the point of meditation is not to focus and analyze on those things, it's to allow them to pass, and then in concentration meditation, focus your attention back on the breath. So this is also surrender. Christianity calls it surrendering. The Eastern life philosophies call it non-attachment. In modern day culture, it's called letting go. So number 5, is relax and do not worry about entering into a meditative state of consciousness. My 5 top tips for practicing seated meditation. Number 1 is pick a suitable spot in your home. Number 2 is to maintain proper posture with the spine upright. Number 3 is to close your eyes. Number 4 is to focus on your breath. And number 5 is to relax and do not worry about entering into a meditative state of consciousness. Please comment below, and also in the comments, if you have another tip that you think would be beneficial for others, please put it in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, visit christopherbeaker.com. There's more information about conscious creation, meditation, and addiction prevention. There you can sign up for my newsletter and receive a white paper about meditation. Until the next one, stay in your heart center. Thank you so much for your support. Namaste, my friend.